Ingonia, wonderful.
Thank you very much.
The Vice Chair, first, second Vice Chairperson, and
Vice Chairperson NRM Vore.
Vice Chairperson Northern NRM.
Vice Chairperson Northern NRM Vore.
Vice Chairperson Western.
Vice Chairperson Western Uganda Vore.
Vice Chairperson Karamoja.
Andrew Karamoja Vore.
All the other SEC members.
SEC members, they are the there.
All the other leaders.
Leaders, as they appear there.
And the people of West Nile.
West Nile, they are the there.
Don't push, go back because I can see you. You can see me from there.
Emi truki back dole ku ane mi worora mange mi nera.
So I'll greet you, then I will talk.
Kini elenga mama mazi amaraka idiyo nzendoyo.
Hello, people of Arua.
Emingoni abaru edila.
Thank you for being patriots.
Kini awadife minikari amadi Uganda de lesaro resi.
Thank you for being strong nationalists.
Awadife minikari Uganda ni lesaro resi.
Thank you for being people who love their homeland.
Awadife minikari Uganda amavu akwere lesaro resi.
Thank you for never forgetting where we have come from.
Awadife mini awizu iyo amenga ngware avizu kuyerisi.
Because NRM is a party of the people.
Adusi NRM ni party o bipi nini.
For the people of Uganda.
Ba Uganda adi ni dria.
Thank you for realizing that.
Awadife mini da amazura resi.
And really sticking with NRM.
Emi mekwe mi NRM marua dani.
Thank you for coming here to show the strength of NRM party.
Awadife mini muzu dia opo NRM party vore dazurisi.
As your leaders said already, you have not forgotten, and you are all saying your votes are for NRM, your votes are for President Museveni.
Eyokia diakini ingani yo President Museveni ni ye Uganda malia azine NRM ni ye raviku ani minge yonde romvi voti bezasi awadife mini commitment dasi.
Yes, it is important to be deliberate in everything we are doing.
Eyo amani ovuzwa ni adiri muke eyo dre amani yeri ni atizu ani muke.
So that Uganda can grow from strength to strength as a country.
Uganda ningade anizo opobe kari Uganda rubeni.
The world have got used to thinking
Eyo tamani bigadi
that African countries are weak and confused.
Bega kinandra country amadi kan kukari amadi Africa adi mokoyo itokivini yongba yeko.
That's why many countries go to other countries abroad and they think that's the best thing they can do for themselves.
Bazi gaki dibelekini kari muke de yamvera leru idea ikari amadi Uganda ni kudia idimu eyo alanda ye kari azini adaleru.
And they are not deliberate in working together, in holding hands together to build their own nations and be proud of them.
Amangadri patualo amadri bitualo eyo amavu kari di malia le baba motu yoto de yotozo de ogogo.
That is why you see many African refugees.
Eyo da dibele mini nezo Africa karakara e zozodi.
Because their countries are they are no longer safe for them to live in.
Adosare ango yidri kan kukari yidra ani ni kililia azwani adi ako.
NRM is a party that wants to show the world that Africans are a serious breed of Africans.
De debele yo NRM ni lezo dazu wudri kuru nikini you country azi bani tozo avizu kurenini.
And by God's grace, they'll be able to ensure that Uganda will grow from strength to strength.
Mungu mokosi amanga nekilili Uganda mazo okobe dani.
Therefore, ensure that no person in your village will stay in the house on the voting day.
Le mi maneki kilili odubani voti bezu dasi bazima we akuaku badia mefumu voti bera.
And make it your responsibility to ensure that all votes go to NRM.
Emi ma paki divinere yo eminiru nezu kilili kini voti woro bama beri NRM ni.
Please know that your vote is for your family.
Le ni kilili vote family midri ni.
Your vote is for your children.
Vote midri ranzi midri ni.
Your vote is for Uganda's peace.
Vote mivure rasianzu Uganda hadi ni.
Therefore, vote for President Museveni and vote for the NRM lineup of our leaders in your local.
Ani emi mabeki di vote woro President Museveni ni atizo ama President Ru azini emi mabedi vini vote NRM ma flag bearers pini.
I thank you so much that you have refused to forget.
Ale di mina wadifo fia mbo emi nga kiri yo andra government NRM di ni yere avizo kurisi.
Remember, you have a responsibility for NRM to get all the votes of Arua.
Lemi maniraki nere mi nezu kililikini vote NRM isuangiri.
And vote for Museveni to lead the whole line of NRM candidates.
Emi mabeki di vote President Museveni ni ereni ngazo line zo NRM diri maditezu yo.
I thank you, Arua. God bless you.
Our default Arua de Mungu matiti midiayo. Our default. Thank you very much, Mama, for the wonderful words of encouragement. Thank you, Mama.
Now, the people of Arua,
Barua di
the group which became
NRM atibadi
has been active in the politics of Uganda for 65 years.
Kini ibia a politika mavule Uganda di mahalia ili ogogo kaliazi adi ni toidile.
We started in the 1960s as student groups in the universities.
Kini dokandre lia lifua luturoro mikaliazi asidale iyo nidi yondere angiri.
But before we formed NRM, we were in the old political parties.
Kini NRM ninga andre fizu Korea political party azio koloni kindrati.
However, by 1965, we had seen the weaknesses of those parties.
Eli alifa luturoro mikaliazi adi nisusi no di political parties azidi inera.
The main problem was sectarianism of tribes.
Eyo de andra mezapi angere Uganda malia de arero pendu surusi dini sidileri
of tribe and religion.
Eyo bani bendu opezu surusi azini dini sidileri.
But also marginalizing women.
Eyo divini andra bani okuki bazu afa tokoro divini inde.
And marginalizing the youth and the children. So, since if you start with 1965, the NRM has made about 9 contributions to Uganda. But in the manifesto which they will bring to you, our leaders will bring it to your villages. We started with 1986.
Teddy manifesto amadi kan kukokobi amadi bani yo development di otizu bani yeji mivu village ya dele malia yo muke di dokidi ile alifalu turoro mikali arodini aziasi.
And since 1986, NRM has made about 7 contributions to Uganda and to Africa.
Those di ile alifalu turoro mikali arodini aziasi NRM isudi yo wara erini isaksi dizubo di ogogo aziri dile Uganda malia dia.
But today I will speak about only 5.
Kine odu androse ile luyo nze toini madia yaziri di kodza.
The first contribution NRM has done to Uganda and to some extent to Africa has been peace.
Kini yo NRM ni ye Uganda de angiri ye lu Uganda adule ko ye Africa si warore ere asianzu jizo amani dia Uganda as in Africa si waro.
And the reason we have been able to create peace has been because of the ideology of opposing sectarianism.
Iyo dibele NRM ni asianzu jizo Uganda dede NRM di gambe te fizu bor mavutia NRM gade yotabani opendu Jesus dini si suru si azini anzi bazu ile oko bazu ile da NRM gade si.
NRM rejected the politics of sectarianism of religion and tribes.
NRM gade politics amani dini suzwani ati suru suzwani ati amani yo penduru de NRM gadisi
and marginalizing women.
Eyo bani okoye onduzo ondu okoye bazo afa tokorore NRM gadisi
and the youth
azino anzi ode epie
and the children.
Anzi nyiri avininga where adi epie dia.
Now because of that we are able to build a party which is national.
Ani asidi party azi sadi se erde yo Uganda sirne woro opendu koko.
That's why we win majority vote on the first round.
Na dibele yo akadimu vote nda dile amadi vote de su woro amani muda vote abere mi vote dile.
In 1962, no party could win majority because they were divided according to tribes and religion.
Ilia lifalu turoro mikalia zedi ni irisi party azandre chopi voti ba angiri nindepi kalafi angiri si NRM dileni yo adusiare ekandra zingo pendusi surusi dinisi azini category tabano olode adi ke bazu afa tokororisi.
Now because of that we have stabilized the politics.
Na mavuti NRM dimo yo daki gasibo sasi yo amani voting dazuka ni kwa amani politiki yezore etade trotro.
But the ideology of unity has also helped us to create strong national institutions.
Iyo divina amani titita izu Uganda idi fede ametaki sadi se suru opo dinirbe Uganda ro.
Starting with the army,
Etlozu askari se kan kumarani si,
the police force,
etazu polisi si,
the judiciary,
ba kesinze ba jajiru de si,
the civil service,
ba zingabo ofisi amani karatasi si de si,
and other institutions.
Azini divina multi government nintonto de idea.
Academia,
Ba vini skulu akan ko nita malia de pie.
we look at how good you are, not at your tribe or your religion, or whether you are a man or a woman.
Ametoni di nikini mi okuni ya, mi agupini ya, mi mavuda ando dinereko, badu di ba woro trotro.
That is contribution number 1 by NRM to Uganda.
Di dibele, iyo NRM ni yo rodiru, Uganda di alori.
Contribution number 2 is development.
Iyo NRM ni ye namberi okoru Uganda dire ere angwe zozani.
And development has got 2 parts.
Angwe zozamesele iri.
There is economic infrastructure
Eyobani tozo afa Caesar. Toza repeat leriki Caesar
Translate infrastructure as foundation.
Sorry, Your Excellency.
Okay. There is economic infrastructure.
Eyobani angu sizo lonyevore.
But also there is social infrastructure.
Eyovini bani angu kanikwa atabani azu tualo risizore.
When I look in the file here,
Mani file kaniko kokobima vodoneria dia.
I, for instance, look at the schools. Look at the schools.
Okorsa nenge yo onita mahalia school pi mahalia de.
In Arua district and Arua city,
Arua district as in Arua city there.
There is a total of 120 government primary schools.
Amesuri yakini ama primary azini secondary be toro alokaliri Arua city as in Arua district there.
The primary schools in Arua district are 50.
Primary schools Arua district there kalitoi
government ones.
Government evule de iki.
In Arua city there are 70.
Government evo primary school Arua city adi kaliaziri.
So the total is 120.
Baka de Arua district three primary school iko ba Arua city de be erde woro toro alukaliri government primary schools iki.
In Arua district there are 7 government secondary schools.
Arua district ya government ma secondary school yaziri.
And 9 in Arua city.
Secondary schools government the Arua city adi oromi.
Now,
Ani
me, somebody who has been here for a long time,
male di people of Uganda adi ase zuri.
when I see this, I'm very happy.
Akade yo di ne dini aikondima fufu. Isa di president ni kuya. Isanga drink bayo.
In 1961, I joined Nile school.
Andre Elia lifalu turoro mikaliaze adrine alosi afindra school azebano mbele Nile ro de malia.
And there were very many boys from West Nile and from northern Uganda and from eastern Uganda and even from Buganda.
And the Andra school adali amano ovuzo ibengazo West Nile ya, Northern ya, Eastern ya, Central adi yandra ngiri kalafi angiri si.
Boys like Javuru, like Lematia.
Bazi andra Zavuru pile, Lematia pile.
Boys like Kotev.
And the azi indra Kotempi.
They were with us at Ntale.
Eyanda woro Nitali adale.
And what was the reason?
Eyo ina adizu Nitali adale andra aduni.
Because there was not a single A-level school in the whole of northern Uganda, the whole of eastern Uganda, not a single one.
The Deandra ini muzu daleri sukulu azi gameteni secondary ro West Nile aya, Northern Uganda aya, Eastern Uganda efi alodini ni yo anzi amadi de mo de belandra skulu la dale ini muzu difuzo yepeda.
The only A-level schools for boys were Kisubi, Budo, and
A-level school andra sada asitir luki zubi piki
and Budo,
Budo pie
and Ntale.
azin de belentali andre ina adizo aleni adai.
For girls, it was Namagunga,
Ezo antipuri andra namagunga
Nabingo, and Gayaza. And Gayaza.
and Gayaza
So when I see here
akadine dia
that in Arua city alone,
Arua city adule
there are how many? There were the secondary schools were
7, Your Excellency.
7 and then 9.
Arua city secondary schools did sadisi aziri primary schools more.
Primary schools are 120 in both.
Primary school did turu alukaliri Arua City Arua district be.
And how many of them are A-level, the secondary schools?
A-level secondary schools ici.
How many? 7 and 9. How many of them are A-level?
Azir pikoro mi be erefe motini azia na A-level government vodi.
How many? Do you know?
Secondary schools?
Which are A-level?
The ones which are A-level in Arua City?
Yes.
Your Excellency, this will be possible by the town clerk of the city. I'm not sure of the number.
Somebody should come and tell us. So,
Town clerk?
when there was not a single A-level school in the whole of northern, eastern, now you are talking of a number of them just in Arua City and district.
Now, Sandra Nasi, secondary school, as Andre Fialo, in West Nile, ayo. Now, me this addition, Eonze, secondary school, Karakara, Arua City, as in Arua district, my dear.
Now, Arua district has got 32 parishes.
Arua district, my parish, Kalina Diniri.
30 of them have at least one government primary school.
Alu parish, alu dama government primary school, uti.
It is only 2 parishes that don't have a government primary school.
Paris, Arua district, ya Kalina Dini, iri di Meselia, Paris, lo primary school, koko di iri. It's like in Paris, says Kalina Arua district, ya dia primary school, yi waroti.
Arua City has got 54 parishes.
Arua City, ma Paris, yi Kali Toidini Su.
46 of them have got at least one government primary school.
Kali Sudini Toidi Malia, government primary school, yi waroti.
So where we are going now
Amadi Mungwari
is to build primary schools and secondary schools where they are not.
Amadinga primary schools, as in secondary schools, isi angunga ine hazo yodi mali ambele kotiti.
But when still talking about schools, there is the issue of school charges.
Eyo the money su government schools malia secondary as in primary but even school fees ya parents evende.
Since 1996, when I introduced UPE,
Maniandra UPE, Banomve Primary Universal Education, it also bought Mavutia
and USE. Oh, you people, don't push behind.
Anzi the Amanga Yeredo, Emiomi Bako, in Zita, Arua district, Arua City, Bed Mamunga Dile. Bamomi Bako, Emia Asian Zusi, Ekonga Mazati. Emi adrinzita ruro Arua City ade. Eyo mani milezo sana rinzitani awadifo.
My intention that time was to provide free education in government schools.
Sawa da sea yoandra ba mafionita madri dani government schools mahalia.
But some people did not understand it.
Baza wikini yodi vako yoandra manile onita mofudani baza wikini vako.
And I don't always use force to force people.
My President Museveni ruma yuno po yoki yezuko alete yoki yere asianzusi.
So, having waited for a long time and talked,
Kini ibi di tesa wezo ba school fees bani tazi di stop orarma alia.
I decided to go to the bush because you know I am a guerrilla.
Kini ikade yo te asianzusi tibo idi mwa ise malia adusari ibi adi gorilla ni gorilla ro ifo di balebo.
And the bush I went to was to use one area
Kene
I
yo
have got total authority.
kene yo de ini mozo aisia kan kutazu gorilla ru number 2 e yadere angwaze alode ne malia erde molo amane de.
This is State House.
Dadi bele afaba no State House kan ko so bambo dire e.
Because there, I don't have headmasters.
Kene even State House ya da ditere ke yo.
I don't have what do you call it, PTA.
Kene yo asada ba no PTA ro e mevo de arle de ki State House ya yo.
I am the authority there.
E kene ditere da ro e State House ya da.
So I said, let's go to my Ruwero again.
Kene ele ni fe yo da malia dikako.
And I started, oh please, stop shouting, stop shouting.
Emere nga yo ata matiare emere yo baba matiare yere yo.
We are here on serious business, stop shouting.
Emi otenga kuba ma ovunga tilido. Emere nga yo de yere.
I used the State House to start the skilling hubs.
Kene ayu this State House ni afabani on skilling hubs ro bani afe dezu disidi yo nizo.
The ones you are talking about, somebody talked about.
Tabazini yo nzezu dinia de abani ondo afezo anzipini okupia de.
Let us see the one of West Nile.
Bama nenga skilling hub West Nile ya de ari. President ndi da mani da. Skilling hub amavu West Nile ya de ora.
Langi sub county. Zombe diskit. Oru mukade de mirabora sama jai ni school kae. Nangange yungo gin muko kene tende kompoyo bongo. Abino ate mutailoring. Sama mondo kai. Anwango le manyen mapoi. Mokoya. Ai bimira dek samwa doke pachu inye training mamwa. Aberu peku gin makona nga team. Ni shako kore kula kaparesha lita nye business karesha. Mungu mia yore moku. Anwangu yore. Awilu machine kara moku tie. Omatiro moku mano kameri. Asako kode tish. Kula kaparate umabe. Doki skills majabe tumu Side me customize ati who customer be and materials shakisha. Moku kitie. Customer.
Kene ba me na fancy de ni daddy ki. Afati pela anti de ni daddy de ori.
So, that girl was talking in Arua.
Example arete yo nze aluru tisi.
I don't know what she was telling you,
Eyo erni nze dare.
but the children I take up are children who have dropped out of school.
Anzi ni do that de bani onvele doctors of school be the lady.
And I take them for 6 months,
Ijide embazia.
and you see what they have become now.
Inenge embazia vuti afanti dani ofuda.
People who were hopeless,
Bandra di bani asi bazu dinia ku the lady.
in no time they are making those products you saw there.
Sa where avuti eki dia famine na embiza de ideria.
And I train them cost-free.
Ikini anzi da imba tani physical ko fekini afaziko.
They don't pay any money.
Fekini send azi onitado onizuko.
So, that is my small ruero.
Kini dadi bele dima ango ini fuzo asia luero a ueriare.
I had to say, please, because my people are not listening to me. Let me go where I have no multiple authorities.
Kini ba evo de ni de yo erizo imatia school upi ma yo sekurese. Ikini de ede mo yo ini ye dalere ye authority weria se
And yet, my training is more costly than than yours.
Der divini training da erita a ajebebua ndetavini amani onidwara.
Because my skilling hubs are few,
Adusiare okalambu dale de yelo weria.
the children I bring, I must accommodate them, they must sleep there.
Anzimani di onitado onibadi ke mama feini zo malaki da.
I must feed them,
Mama feini nyaka nyaza da.
I must treat them.
Mama feini aro da kake azobiria.
While yours, the school, these schools here, where we said there should be a government school per parish, a government secondary school, primary school per parish, a government secondary school per sub-county. These are day schools. They should be day schools.
Der divini emidre do amani yozukini primary schools Paris alwalwa di madrikiti aya secondary school sub county alwalwa di makiti der divini ki day schools iki anzi lakini da ko iki muinyanya kuadi.
The schools should not be hotels for sleeping, should be not hotels for eating. They should be centers of studying only, and go home and eat in your home.
School dia dini di school bahani ladri amani la hotel yer lere ko ovoni angu amani muzu aiko suzuri ko balu mudo ni toni mimvi mola mivu kuedi.
That was the strategy.
Da iwanda mani gamanga ye onita meyo siri.
Because I studied in the day schools in the primary school.
Der male do alandra primary school mavuri day school aruma ti malakua.
And in those days we were traveling long distances.
Saw 100 ase amamu zo de.
But now,
Tesadisi
if the primary school is at the parish,
primary school alu kadia di Paris alu maliati.
secondary school is at the sub-county,
Secondary school sub county alu maliati.
children can walk or cycle to the school and come back.
Anzi toki di mupasi kaniko garisi sukulu eki divini mvia kuo gogorayo.
Therefore, since you have said you are going to vote for the NRM,
Ani minute yo minga vote benare munirarisi.
in the coming government, we should really ensure there is free education in government schools.
Gamete dia mani mu do mini vote ni fe baba body ale ni di ba me charge anzi ki sukulu mopi dia dika kuyo.
Because
Adu siari
these children,
anzi mini ne di
the testimonies they give are very serious.
yo tinze zanzi di ni dariki adini avizuku.
Like for instance,
Itetasi
the one from Buganda, from Mengo, if you can get that one.
lenga ba me da mani azini Buganda region amengo adani ni amamaneki.
The one of Kayunga.
Ingazu kayunga. Your Excellency, as they saw that the question you asked, Arua City has 7 A-level secondary schools. Arua District has 3 A-level secondary schools, Your Excellency.
7 A-level and 3.
Yes, Your Excellency.
10.
Yeah.
So therefore, when we get that one, we shall come back.
Akadero de subamadi da dikara amamane dingada.
That is now on education.
Nadi yo ibipi onita bere.
On health,
Eyo alata vur malia.
there are a number of health centers here. Health center. There are 6 sub-counties.
Kini sub-county yazia?
In both Arua and both Arua district and city. Only one sub-county, Arivu, in Arua district, does not have a health center facility of either health center 3 or health center 4.
Kini health centers sub-counties yazia Arua district ya azini Arua city ya Malia erelo arivu sub county ye health center na azini Sukokori.
Now our plan in the next government is upgrade Orivu Health Center 3 to Health Center 4 in Aivu East.
Kini sawadi gametemu pidopi odi Malia inga Orivu Health Center 3 noza itazo Health Center 4.
Upgrade Lazebu Health Center 2 to Health Center 3 in Arivu sub-county.
Kini inga vini Health Center iri Lazebu aroza Health Center 3 ro even inga Health Center 3 noza Health Center 4 ro.
Out of the 3 constituencies, 2 have either Health Center 4 or a hospital.
Constituencies in Nadi Malia, Iridi Malia Health Center, Suiti, Alori Malia, Iyo.
In Aivu Division East, which does not have a Health Center 4, it doesn't have a Health Center 4.
Aivu Division East, yeah, Health Center 3, as in Health Center 4, Iyo.
Now, Orivu Health Center 3 in Aivu Division is being upgraded to Health Center 4.
Olive Health Center 3, Olive Wada Bangadi Roza Health Center 4, government Dopi Malia.
Now, that is all part of social infrastructure.
Da dibele yo amaninga ye yo idri nyazamadia amani tosira kala onitasi azini alata siri.
But there is economic infrastructure.
Yo di lonyi dri kanikulonyi sizuri di.
The roads,
Nzilai,
the electricity,
atini.
You have talked about them. Many of them of the speakers have spoken about them. We had to struggle and tarmac the road from Karuma all the way to Koboko. Even when we did not have enough money at that time. We are now doing it again. We are now reconstructing many parts of that road. And we are working on the one from Atiak, Wajumani to Moyo. But where we are going to work on the roads from Nebi to Goli to Zombo to Paida all the way to here.
Now, Amadivini Munzile dozu Nebia, Golia, Zomboa, Paida, Peretazwa, Ruadware, Amadimodo Ededi.
Then the roads from Panimul to Pakwach to Rhino Camp to Waderai.
Nzile dozu Panyamurwa, Pakwatia, Rhino Kambia, Tazu Wadilayare.
We still have the road from Terego to go direct to Moyo. We have never had that road.
Nzilazi dozu Terego di apere Tazu Moyo, Amedeningako.
But we are already working on the one of, I'm sure they are working on the one of Moyo, Yumbe, up to Koboko. I think they are already working on it.
Anira basari sinzela dozu Moyo Yumbia Koboko arideria.
For the electricity, you have talked about it.
Ati madiere nzeki deyo de abu ati sasi de ati nyanyu di yoyo.
Now, all this is under development.
Eyo diki di woro zotani.
But the question I ask you always is,
Zita demani zimi tiasa adriare dede.
When it comes to night,
Angu kadite ni rubo.
Do you sleep on the tarmac road?
Emi oduko nzilabani de tarmac isikan kukola sida madriya.
Or you sleep in a health center unless you are sick?
Emi mularo zoya ka ikangadi azoru kumi mularo zoaraya.
or sleep in a school. unless
Emi
you are a
mula school
student.
araya ikadi boarding yako.
You must go back to your own house.
Lemi dadi akua ikamuyo di mali available mimvi akua mivule.
And when you go back to your house, you find the poverty which you left in the morning waiting for you.
Kini kadi da kuwa lebo aliotamini kuwa biti sida misu irilu mite pero dini.
And poverty says, welcome back.
Alioni yomini karibu mita diro.
We are here.
Ama doya.
So that's why the NRM from the beginning insisted that please don't mix development with wealth.
Lidi bela yo NRM ni yozukini ama muki zoteki lonyi beku.
Development is ours for all of us.
Iyo zotadi ramani woro badriani.
But wealth is yours as an individual, as a family, or a company.
Lonyi iridi mini adule kaniku mini familia midini kaniku company mini azwani adani.
That's why we have been bringing programs in Tandikwa, NADS, Operational Wealth Creation, now PDM, Emyoga, because we know that if we just do roads and electricity and schools, but don't reach the homes, we are not doing any work.
Dadi bela sisili amani programu ta etandikwa pile wealth creation idi emioga pile youth livelihood wile women empower pile decide se amani onve PDM rudi jizudi adu sara kalu yo ale yo lonyi sizuri ye I alioninga amabi dani.
Now some of the people have listened to us. Let's see what if there are those who are some examples from the Arua area.
Alenga divini teta Arua di adiki nendi.
Hello, you're welcome to Wadra Agroforestry Farm. I'm called Saba Eunice. My husband is called Mr. Bayo Richard. Our farm is located in Wadra Agroforestry Farm in Arua district, in Eyama Parish, Manibe. For this farm, we started it way back 10 years ago with my husband, Mr. Bayo Richard. The farm, we started it, was it around something like 200,000 from faculty allowance that he got from while he was at university. He was on government scholarship. They used to give him small money. He started with around 200,000. He gave me that money. We together, we went to Namav and bought seedlings, the seeds that we came and raised in the bed, in the nursery bed, and we started the nursery project. When we started the nursery project, by that time in the first phase, we started with the little seedlings. We kept upgrading. Now, as I talk of now, we raise over 10,000 seedlings and above. So as I talk now, the nursery is the mother capital that we have got that gave projects. For example, we have projects like piggery, we have poultry, we have goat farming. But for example, like in goat farming, if these big days we sell like around 30 to 40 goats, if it's a good season. Poultry we raise over 50,000, 25 broiler, 25 broiler, depending on some orders we always have. We raise depending on the order. So you find ourselves, at least we have something in our pocket for those birds. And if they are all taken, for example, you have now, come when it was independence. All the broilers,
we are rushing.
This
is what we want all the homes to get involved in wealth creation. And we shall talk more about the funds we are putting in that effort tomorrow when we start early in one of the rallies.
Amangeyo danze sawa zinisi amecho lonyisi amani ngazu sende daleri bazu angiri ngoni are rale dozu dusirisi.
If you don't have income in the homes, you are causing problems for your family, but also for the country.
Mivu sende kefi akuako mi adani si tandi di akumidrini azini suru mivurni.
Because the government gets taxes from what you buy. When you buy sugar, the government gets a smaller tax. When you buy clothes, the government gets a smaller tax. When you buy cement for building your house, the government gets a tax. Now, when you have no money, you are not contributing to your family or to the nation.
Ani government ni bele sende musoro ruri isu mika musukari je mika musabuni je mika muafazini simiti pledi je government ani musoro su mivu ba ni kari amadi si mika dia ofu sende koko akua mika di muafazi je ko mi support kan ku contribution de amani Uganda kari amadi Uganda sizur de adi ngwaya.
Then the fourth point
eyo number surdede
is a question of jobs.
Eredi zita azivure.
Where do jobs come from?
Azi amani nga office pimalia de inga ngwaya.
Jobs come from wealth.
Azi nga zaninga lonyivu.
I have wealth as a person.
Ma president rudo mama lonyandra chi.
But I create jobs.
Lonyandra madu dasi memu dibele azife bapini.
If you don't create wealth, there will be no jobs.
Mivule lonyika ayo mitoni azi kureti bazini ko.
The government jobs are not enough to cover all of us.
Azi amani baga metedri ofisi ya dale tani amani woro Uganda di ako.
Let us quickly say how many people are working in factories. Let's see the factories.
Ama manekidi ngo kalamvu bazi ngabo kalamvu malia di isi be da amani da ama manekida.
Those are factories now. That's just one factory. Freeze it. See how many people are working there. Show us that again. Okay, that is all the town of the. Freeze that one. See how many young people are working there. That factory belongs to some company.
Factory da area guazini ni kani kwa muti azini ni.
It is their wealth.
Ere lonyi yiniri.
But see how many Ugandans they are employing.
Enengadi Ugandans yini azifezo badani lonyi yivursiri siare nengada.
Tomorrow we shall talk more about it when we are in the other rallies.
Drusi meyo nze dunia dikamani ngaro vuri rally azini mahalia.
The factory is the overhead. You can see how many factories there are. That is the work of the NRM. All those are new factories.
The
people working in factories are now 1.2 million. The ones working in all the government departments are 480,000, all of them.
Government mali office warawara maadi makalafelo turu sukalia rotoko.
Soldiers, what everybody civil service, 480,000.
Ango woro government offices mali adelo turu sukalia ro Uganda adia.
So the ones in the factories are now like 3 times.
Factory ade de pale nasi.
Now, finally, for today,
the
issue, because we are about to be caught by time, the issue of market. I really feel sorry for Africa. When you see people who call themselves leaders, talking, just. Now, if we produce, who buys what we produce? Is the internal market enough? That's why the NRM says, let's have Uganda to be united maximally.
Eyo di bele amani ozo NRM ro ba ma fe Uganda me titi suru kari amadi Uganda si warrior beledi.
Because me in Mbarara, when I produce my milk, I'm very happy when the people of Arua buy it.
Maledo Mbarara dalia kama lesu ofo ba ruwe di bele zeni.
And if the people of Arua produce sim or something, then I buy it.
Emita ruwe di adi ka nyuzo mabele divina anyu di zembarara dale.
That's how we create wealth.
Amabele lo nyisu giriko dalerisi.
But NRM says the internal market is not enough.
NRM government in Kennedy, eyo amanelo balesu zingazo Mbarara ba anyu zingazo Arua Mbarara alu Uganda di ogogorovu ne mukeko tani amaniko.
That's why when we came into government, we had to negotiate afresh with Kenya, Tanzania to bring back the East African community.
Na di bele NRM government ludi dilengbo kini le amama kureti kikani kwa mama ziki tu amavure wala Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda amama yeki di tudare ba ambeda apie internationally.
Now you hear people talking, nobody talks about East Africa.
Bazi yonzepi East Africa madiani yo.
All those factories, where will they sell their products?
Akadi yonze East Africa madia kwa malu yonze Uganda ro okalamvu da akafanya di ofubo amozi ngwaya.
You people of Arua, you are the one who know the importance of the market most.
Emi barua di iniki yo too, I'm very madiangira do say emi too, I'm very
thank you so much. I don't want to exceed the time. God bless you. NRM with you.